Okay. Today we are going to discuss about the arrays. Now in this lecture, we will learn about what is array and types of array, what is the need of array, how to create array in PHP. Okay, all these things we will see in the lecture, and also we will see what is the for each loop. Okay, and what are the different array operators. Clear? All these things we will cover in today's lecture. So let's start. Now, what is array? Actually, array words means, the meaning of array word is collection. Okay, collection. What collection? Collection of same type elements. Okay, collection of same type elements. Clear? If you having a data of same type, okay, then instead of declaring many number of variables, you can use array. Okay, and what array do? Array can store multiple data elements. Clear? Array can store multiple data elements within a single variable. Okay, and multiple data elements will share common array name. Clear? Array can store multiple values within a single variable. Clear? And all the elements in the array will share common array name. Clear? Array is in PHP a type of data structure that allows us to store multiple elements of similar data type, okay, under a single variable, thereby saving us the effort of creating different variables for every data. Clear? Instead of using single variables for every data value, you can use array. Clear? Now suppose this example, uh, we want to store 5 names. Okay, 5 names, and print them accordingly. There are some 5 persons. Okay, and you have to input 5 values and print 5 names. Okay, input 5 names, then you have to print them. Okay, for this you have to take 5 input variables, then you will assign values to those variables, and then you have to print these 5 variables. Okay, for this you have to process individual elements separately. Clear? And you have to input 5 variables. Okay, then you have to print them. Then for printing you have to write suppose 5 printing statements. Clear? Okay, this can be easily done by the use of 5 different string variables. Clear? But if instead of 5 the numbers rises to 100. Clear? If there is a 100 persons and you have to enter 100 names, okay, then you have to print 100 names. Clear? But this is an inefficient way if you are using 100 variables. Okay, 100 single variables, you have to refer each variable separately. Okay, you have to process each variable separately, you have to assign values to each variable, then you have to print each variable, then there are 100 printing statements. Clear? By using okay, this is not a efficient way. So program may be inefficient. Clear? Readability inefficient, management of this code is inefficient. Clear? Okay, so instead of using 100 individual variables, you can use an array. Okay, a single variable, and assign values to the array. Clear? Here array comes into play and helps us to store every element within a single variable, and also allows easy access using an index or key. Okay, these are the type of array in PHP. Indexed array, and second is uh, associative array, in which we are using keys. Clear? We will do in the further slides. An array is a created using array function. Okay, for creating an array you have to use array function in PHP. Clear? Okay. uh, okay. Now we will see, like, we will take an example of array. Like there is a array is a name is 5 and we are declaring size. Okay, this type of notation is used in C programming, C++. Clear? Okay. Now what it say, uh, there are total 5 elements a array can store. Okay, an array can store total 5 elements in the this single variable a. Clear? Now this is the size of array, means number of elements. Okay, and uh, these are the index values starting from 0. Okay, they're total in 5. So first started from 0 and till 4, and at 4, and last, this is the index values. Clear? Starting from 0 and last index is 4. Clear? Total are 5. Okay, means array can store 5 elements. Clear? Now how we can write first element in array? Like this. Second element like this. Third element like this. Okay, fourth element, array name is here a and index value is 3. Array name is a and index value is 4. This is the last element. Clear? Now every element is accessed by using array name and index value enclosed in a square bracket. Clear? Okay, like we said that array contains 5 elements. Then how to refer array elements? Clear? Okay, we understand this 5 means array can store total number of elements 5, but how we can refer to each element of array? Clear? How we can refer to first element, second element of array? Okay, now we can say this is the first element, second element, third element, fourth, and this is the fifth element. Clear? We can access an array element by using array name and index value enclosed in square brackets. Clear? As we said, each and every element of array share common array name. Okay, now this is the first index started from 0. This is the second index, this is the third, fourth, and this is fifth. Clear? Index 0, index 1, index 2, index 3, and index 4. Clear? Array elements are stored in contiguous memory locations, as you learn in the C++ programming. Array elements are stored in contiguous memory locations. Clear? If uh, if in PHP, if array takes 4 byte, clear? Okay, if started from 100, this is the memory address. If it started from 100 and integer, if integer take 4 byte, okay, then next address will be after 4 byte, like this. Okay, then next address will be after 4 bytes. Okay, okay, like in C it takes 2 bytes. Clear? In PHP, integer will store, okay, each integer element will take 4 bytes, 32 bits. Clear? This is the 4 byte block. Next is 4 byte block, and next is also 4 byte block. Clear? Okay, Is it clear to you how we can access array elements? And this is called subscript variable. What subscript variable contains? Subscript variable contain array name and a index value enclosed in square bracket. Clear? And this is also called dimension. This square bracket is also called dimension. Like here we will write. Okay. Now this array has only one dimensional. So it is called one dimensional array. Clear? If it has two dimensions, then we can say it is a two dimensional, or we can say multi-dimensional array. Clear? Now types of array. There are mainly three types of array in PHP: indexed array, associative array, and multi-dimensional array. Clear? Okay, these are the types of array. So indexed array, or we can say numeric array. An array with numeric index where values are stored linearly. Okay, like as we see this example, this is a example of indexed array. Okay, here index values are numeric. It is also called numeric array in PHP, and index are assigned to elements automatically. Okay, starting from 0, next index will be 1, next index will be 2, and the next index will be 3, and so on. Okay, these indexes are automatically assigned to the elements of array. Clear? Starting from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Clear? This is called indexed array, or we can say numeric array. Clear? In second is associative array, an array with the string indexed. Okay, here index values are numeric, like 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, but in this case we can have string index. Okay, we can define our own indexes. Clear? You can define your own index. Clear? And these are called keys. These are called keys. You can define your own index, and these are called keys. Okay, an array with string index where instead of linear storage, each value can be assigned a specific key. Okay, this is called key. We will see the in the example. Okay, third is multi-dimensional arrays, an array which contains single or multiple array within it. Okay, multi-dimensional array is a array which contain single or multiple array within it. Clear? For example, like this is a two-dimensional array. Okay, it actually this array actually contains this. Okay, this is a one-dimensional array which contains one-dimensional array or single array. Clear? Like in this, elements are arranged in rows and columns. Clear? Like here in this array we have 2 rows and 3 columns. Clear? Okay, these are the two single arrays. Okay, and having 3 elements in each. Clear? This is a array with, this is a 2 arrays, single dimensional 2 arrays. Okay, each array having 3 elements. Clear? We can say this is a multi-dimensional array or 2-dimensional. Clear? Clear? What is multi-dimensional? Now indexed array, arrays with a numeric index, and associative array. Okay, array with named keys, because user assign keys. User can create keys. Okay, and multi-dimensional array containing one or more arrays. Now we have an example of indexed array. Okay, here first see the example. There are two ways to create an indexed array. Clear? First and second. Okay, in the first method, index can be assigned automatically. Index always starts from 0. Clear? Like this, we having a variable name, equal, we are using here array function, clear, and we are passing values. These are the names, okay, Chandan, Rakesh Kumar and Sonu. These are the three names we are passing, okay, and first name, first value automatically assigned to 0, okay, at 0 index, like array name is name, having here sign, okay, and this is automatically assigned to second index, which is 1 name, and this is Sonu, and it is automatically assigned to index 3, which is 2, okay, clear. We are simply we are using array function. This is a variable name equal array, and we are passing the values, clear. This is the first method, and second method, the index can be assigned manually. Here you can assign manually index, clear, like here you can change the value 2 3 0 1 and 3, okay, we can assign manually. This is the array name, this is the index value, array name, index value, and it is called subscripted variable, subscript variable, okay, means it contains name and index value enclosed in square brackets. When we print name 0, okay, it will print this value Chandan, clear. When we print name 1, then it will print Rakesh Kumar, okay, because at one index which value is stored, Rakesh Kumar, clear, okay. Now this is the example of PHP indexed array, okay. In this example we having a name variable array, okay, using array function, okay, and passing these values, and in this echo statement we are printing names are, here we are printing name 0, it will print this Chandan. Then we are printing name 1, it will print Rakesh Kumar. Then we are printing name 2, it will print this value Sonu, okay. Here this value automatically, this value automatically assigned to, here we have a name array 0, okay, name 1, name 2, okay. When we write this will automatically assign to name 0, and this will automatically assign to name 1, and this is automatically assigned to name 2, clear. Okay, now this we are printing in by writing individual elements, okay, like name 0, name 1, clear, name 0, name 1, name 2. But if you want to use this array in the loop, okay, if you want to use these arrays in the loop, then how you can use in the loops like for loop, while loop, clear. For this you have to first get the length of the array, that is total number of elements in an array, okay. For getting total number of elements of array, we have a count function. Count function is used to return the length number of elements of an array, clear. Okay, and it is also works on objects for calculating its properties, clear. And count function is used to count the length of the array or number of total number of elements in the array, like we are using in this example. This is our array name, we are assigning values, okay, and here we are printing each echo, in echo we are printing this count we are passing it name, okay. Count function accept a one variable array, clear. It prints 3 because we have a 3 values, Now in this example we have an array. Actually we have an empty array with no elements. Clear? And we are counting the total number of elements. Here it will print 0 because array is empty, it have nothing. Clear? Okay, is the example clear to you? Okay, now this is how you can use loop with the array for printing its element, for accessing array elements. Okay, how we can use like for loop, while loop. Now this is the example. Okay, this is the format is the same. Format is the same as you did in the previous languages like C, C++. Clear? Format is same. Now in this we have a array named values. Clear? And here we have a array function and passing the values 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. Okay, now see first element, second, third, fourth and fifth. Clear? Now 10 is assigned to first element of this array. Clear? I'm not writing the full name here, I'm writing only V. Okay, first index, first element. Okay, now index values are starting from 0. Okay, values 0 have 10 and values 1 have 20 and values 3 or values 2. Okay, second index, third element, second index, it have value 30 and values 3, fourth element, it is assigned to B, values 3. Okay, fourth index, and at last we have a index value 4 because total number of elements are 5 and we are starting from 0. Okay, now it have 50. At fourth index it have 50. Okay, okay, and now here we are using a count function for getting the total number of elements in the array, and it we are passing it array. Okay, count returned 5. Count returns 5. Okay, now array length variable have value 5 and we are using loop from 0 to 5. Okay, this loop will run for 0 index, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Clear? Okay, this is the for loop. It prints the values stored in the array. Now x is 0, 0 less than 5. Okay, condition true, then this line will run. Okay, control enters in the for loop and execute this statement. Now we have values x have value 0. Now we have values 0 and it will print the element stored at this index 0. Okay, values 0, it will print 10. Then control back to the loop. Okay, increment x, now x have value 1. Clear? It will check 1 is less than 5, condition true. Then again it enters in the for loop and print this. Now x have value 1. So values 1 means this 20 and it print 20. Okay, after printing again control goes to the loop. It increment x, now x have value 2. 2 is less than 5. Okay, condition true. So control enters in the loop and execute this statement. Clear? It will print values 2 and at values 2 there is a 30 and it print 30. Clear? Okay, then again x incremented to 3. Okay, 3 less than 5, condition true. Again it will print values 3 at 3 we have 40, it will print 40. At after executing the loop, it will increment x. Now x have value 4. 4 is less than 5, condition is true. Control enters in the for loop and execute this. Now x have value 4. Clear? Values 4. At values 4 we have a 50. It will print 50. Now again, after executing the statements, control will return back to the loop. It will increment x. Now x have value 5. Checking condition 5 less than 5. Condition false. So control exit from the loop. Clear? Okay. Is it clear to you? Okay. For each loop, what is the concept of for each loop? For each loop works only on arrays and is used to loop through each key value pair in an array. Okay. This is the concept with the associative array. Okay. Key value pair. Okay. And what this is the syntax of for each. We have to use for each keyword, and here we have to pass array variable, okay, to which you want to work with. And here we have a as, and this is here we have a loop variable. Okay. Here we are using value. We have give it name value. You can give it any name. Clear? It's not compulsory that here only value variable will come. You can give it any name. Clear? And what is the idea behind the for each loop? First, when we start the loop on first iteration of loop, control will be okay, control will be at here first element, at first element. Okay, control will be at first element, and then first element value will be assigned to this value variable. Okay, value variable will hold the current array element. Clear? Current array element. Now control will be at first element, so value will be hold first value address. Okay, first element's value. You can say value of current array element. Now control will be at first element, so it contains the value of first element of array, and we will use this value and print the value of array element. Clear? Like this. And after executing the loop, control when move to the loop, then control will automatically move to the next element. Clear? Now control is at second element, and now it assign the value of second element to this value variable. Clear? Now control enters in the for each loop, and we have print the value of second array element. Clear? After executing again, now control will be goes to the third element, and this array assign the value of third element to the value variable. Clear? And we will print this. Clear? This is the idea behind the for each loop. Now for each loop iterate, for every iteration, the value of the current array element is assigned to the value variable. Okay, value of current array element in each iteration. Clear? And the array pointer is moved by 1 until it reaches the last array element. Clear? Array pointer, okay, array pointer automatically move to the next elements until it reaches at the last element of array. Clear? Okay, this is the basic idea of for each loop. Now we have the example of for each loop. In this we have an array named values, and we are assigning elements. Now 10 is at 0 index, 20 is at 1 index. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now 50 is at 4th index, and we are using for each loop. For each, here we are passing the array element as x. Now in every iteration, the value of current array element will be assigned to this x variable. Okay, and in each in the loop we are printing variable x. Clear? First it print, in first iteration it print 10, then 20, 30, 40, 50. Total number of iterations are 5. because total number of elements are 5. Clear? This is the example of for each loop. Now move to the next slide. Now we have an associative array in PHP. Array, second type of array. Associative array are used to store key value pair. Okay. This is the value and this is the key we have defined. User can write, user can create on keys. Okay, user can create on keys. Clear? This is the example where we are storing subject marks of a student. Clear? Array name is student1. Okay. Here we are creating, we are not using indexed array like we have at 0 index we have a 95, at 1 index we have a 90. Okay, at second index means third we have a 96. Clear? Actually we are using like this. If you compare it with the index array, actually we are using like this, like first is math, key is math and value is 95. Okay, now key is physics and value is 90. Key is chemistry and value is 96. Okay, clear? In this case index array, okay, this is a 0 index, 1 index and 2. And if you want to write this element, first element, then how you can write an element of array? First you have to write student name, student1. This is the name of the array, and in square bracket you have to write index value. Okay, then it will print this value like 95. Okay, 95. Clear? Oh, and in the case of associative array, we have created the keys, and these keys are used at the place of index. Okay, now in this case, if you want to refer this element, if you want to refer first element, okay, then how you can write it? How you can write it? You have to first write the array name like student one, and in square brackets you have to pass this keys. Okay, and this key in the form of string and enclosed in double quotes math. Now it will print 95. Clear? This is the difference between index array and associative array. Okay, for referring the values here from this example, we cannot identify what is this, like what values it contain, like 95, 96 and okay, we are unable to detect, we are unable to identify what information array having. Clear? What information array having. But by using this concept of keys and values, okay, by using this concept of keys and value, we can easily identify this is the marks of the subjects, like math having 25, physics having 90, chemistry having 96. Clear? We can easily identify from this. Okay, so in those cases associative array will be used. Clear? What is associative array? And for this we have to write like this, like first we have to write key in the string form in double quotes, then we have this operator like equal sign, and it contains equal sign and greater than sign. Okay, key to value, and we have a value here 95. Okay, now separated by comma and next key and value. Clear? This is the associative array. Now there are two ways how you can create associative array. There are two ways how you can assign values. Okay, this is the first way, this is the first method where you have used array function, and here you are passing the keys keys and values. Clear? And this is the second method, as we see in the index, okay, indexed array. Like here, this is the first method where you are using array function. Here you are passing simple values, okay, but in associative array you have to pass keys also. Clear? And this is the second method where you have manually assigning the indexed, okay. This is same method as we are doing in the associative array, okay. This is the second method. In the place of indexes you have keys, okay, you have keys in the place of indexes. Clear? You have a keys. This is the values, okay, this is the keys and this is the values. Okay, now how you can access associative array elements, like in the same way, okay, in the same way, like uh, like we have here, we have array, okay, this is the A0 element, this is the A1 element, and this is the A2 element, okay, and this is the A3 element, okay. Suppose there is an array uh, having size 4. Clear? 0, 1, 2, and 3. In this we have a value 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, if you want to access first element of array, okay, if you want to print first element of array, then how you can refer to this 7 or first element of array, then you have to write A0. Clear? Now in this associative array, in the place of indexes we have keys, okay. And if you want to print this 95, you have to write array name first, student name, okay, and in the square brackets you have to pass key as in string form. Like here we are writing English, okay, we are writing English. Clear? In the square bracket we have write English and this is the array name. Clear? Now it will print 93, it will print 93, okay. Clear? Same way as we did in indexed array, this is same way. Clear? Is it clear to you what is associative array, how to write it, and how to access elements of associative array? Is it clear to you? Okay, clear? Okay, now see the example. Here we have in associative array, we can print array elements by using for loop and for each loop. Okay, both loops will work on the associative array. We will see how to use these loops with associative array. Okay, now we can traverse associative arrays using loops. What it means? Traverse means we will visit each element at least once. Okay, we will print each element, we will process each element in array, okay. Now first example is with the for loop. Here we have a array student 1, and we have here keys subject 1 m, subject 2 m, and subject 3 m. These are the keys, okay, and these are the value, and we are associated subject 1 marks with 30, subject 2 with 40, and subject 3 with 30, okay. Clear? If you write array name like student1, okay, student1, and in bracket if you write subject 1 underscore m, okay, in this string form, okay, and this will what print? This will print 30. If you here passing subject 2, this will print 40. Clear? Now see how for loop works. Okay, now what happened in this example? Here we have created array student 1 named, and here we are using a key variable, and here we are using a array keys function, and here we are passing this array. Here we are passing this array, and what this function does, this function will calculate, or this function will get the keys stored in this array. Okay, this function get keys stored in this array, okay. Now see, now see first. Okay, see this. This is the, here we have a value 30. Here we have value 40, and here we have value 30 again. I'm not writing the full name of array. I'm writing only student one. Okay. Here we have a key which is subject 1m. Okay. And here we have a second element student 1, and in the square bracket we have a key subject 2m. Okay. And this is the third variable student array. Okay, having key subject 3 underscore m. Okay, enclosed in double quotes. Clear? This is the array. Now what happening in this statement, this is also array. Okay, this is also array. This is the array named key. Okay, at key 0 it stores first key of this array. Okay, at first index key 0, it will store first key of this array which we are passing to array keys, and first key of the array is subject 1m. Okay, and on second index of key 1, okay, it store second key which is a subject 2m. Okay, and at third index it will store third key. At key 2 it will store third key which is a subject subject 3m. Okay, clear? Now if we want to use array in for loop, the first thing is we have to get the length of the array. Clear? We have to get the length of array, and here we are passing key to this size of, and we are getting the size of array. You can also use the count function. Okay, you can also use here the count function and passing this. Okay, it will count the total number of elements. Now total number of elements are 3. Clear? You can also use the size of variable which returns the size of the variable. Clear? Now it will return 3, and now size contains value 3. Clear? Okay, is it clear to you? Okay, this is a associative array, so you cannot directly use the size of. Okay, you have to first store the keys. Clear? Now in the for loop we are starting from 0 because indexes are started from 0, and we will loop 0 less than 3. Okay, loop will run 1, 2 and 3. Clear? 0, 1, 2. Loop will run 0, 1, 2 3 times. First I have 0, index size at 3, so 0 less than 3 condition true, and control will enter in the for loop. Okay, now see how we are printing the this key, this how we are printing this, and how we are printing value. Okay, see carefully. So for printing key, we have a this array. Okay, key array, we have a array key. So here array name is key, so first value 5 is 0. We have key 0. Okay, key 0, and it will print what is stored at key 0. It will have subject 1. Okay, it will print this. Clear? Now here we have get the key like subject 1m. Okay, and if we enclose this in square brackets, if we enclose it in square brackets and writing the array name here, okay, by using this we are getting the key subject 1 m, okay. And if you are writing here array name, okay, student 1, okay, by using this we are getting, by using this we are getting the key, okay. This key is stored at here in double quote subject 1 underscore m, okay. Now what it returns? It returns 30, okay. It returns 30 because subject 1 marks key is associated with the 30, and this is the full element, okay. Array element contain array name and an index value, okay. Now in this associative array we are having keys, so here we are writing key and it will return 30. Clear? Okay, is it clear to you? Okay, now next is the example of by using for each loop. For each loop, now how to use for each loop? Here we have a age array and assign these keys, okay, these keys to 21, like this refer to 21, okay. How it looks in memory, okay. Here the array name age, here is the key, like first key is Rakesh, okay, and having value 21. नेक्स्ट सेकंड एलिमेंट जो एज का है, ओके, हैविंग की जतिन, हैविंग वैल्यू 22, एंड लास्ट एलिमेंट एज हैविंग की सुरेश, okay. I'm not writing the full name, Suresh, having value 20. Clear? Now this is the here we have need not for these lines, okay. There is no use of this. In for each loop we have to write first array name and passing key value pair, okay. Here we have to pass key value pair, this is for key and this is for value, okay. Now when first we run this loop, at very first age array will contain reference to the first element, okay. Then key will be passed to, key is the Rakesh is passed to this x variable, okay. And value is 21 is passed to this x value variable. Clear? Like this, here we are printing, here we are printing key x will print Rakesh, and value x value it will print 21, okay. After executing, control will automatically move to the next element. Clear? Now x contains key of second element and second element having key Jatin, okay, and value 22, then it will print Jatin and 22. Clear? After executing, automatically move to the next element. Now x have key value, what is key? Refresh, and what is value 20. Clear? This is how you can write the associative array in for each loop. Here you have to use variables, okay. You can use any variable, like we are using x for key and x value for value, okay. You can use any variable here, and you have to write in the same format as you write key and values, okay. Okay, clear? Okay, yes. Okay, now I'm going to launching a poll question. You have to answer the question. Answer the question. How many types of array are available in PHP? Answer the question fast. how many types of array are available in PHP? Okay, how many types of array are available in PHP? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, the correct option is 3. Third option, we have 3 type of array in PHP: index array, associative array, and multi-dimensional array. Clear? Okay, students. Now we have a topic of array operator. Okay, in operator we were left this topic because at that time we have no knowledge about the array in PHP or types of array. So now we have learned what is array, what is index array, and what is associative array. Okay, now there is a first array operator is the union. This is the array x and y. Here in these examples, x and y are arrays. Clear? First operator union. Okay, this will perform the union operation on x and y. This will combine all the elements in x and y. Okay, and second is equality. This will check if array elements are equal or not. Okay, returns true if x and y have the same key value pairs. Clear? If both the arrays have same keys, same values, then it will return true. Now next is identity operator. This returns true if x and y, these are both arrays, have the same key value pairs, okay, in the same order and of same type. Clear? These are the conditions for returning true. Array elements have array having same keys, same values, and in same order of the same type. Clear? Now this is the used for checking not equal. Okay, like not inequality means not equal operator, and it returns true if x and x is not equal to y, because x and y having different keys, different values, then in that case it will return true. Okay, this is the same operator inequality. Okay, this is the same operation performed by these operators. Symbol is are different. Returns true if x and y are not equal. Clear? And now at last we have a non-identity. It will return true if x and x is not identical to y. Means x and y having different keys or different values or in different order. Clear? Then it will return true because x and y are not identical in that case. Clear? Now see the examples of these operators one by one. Okay, here we are using print_r function. In function class, we have learned about this function. It will print the contents of the variable. Clear? First we have this array, and second y we have array. There are different keys, okay, and values. Clear? We have performed the union on x and y, and it will return this array. Clear? A, B, C, D. It combines the array. It perform union operation on both the arrays. Clear? Okay, now union operator. Okay, this will not come here. Okay. Next is equality operator. Returns true if both having same key value pairs. Clear? See in this x and y both are arrays. We have a, b keys and red, green values, but y array have different values and different keys, and we are checking if x equal to y. It returns false. We are using in variable dump. Variable dump function will return the information about the variable or expression we are passing to it, like it false and type is bool. Clear? The result of this is false. Now here we are use only two symbols here. This is another example. In this example, we are having same keys and values in both the arrays x and y. Okay. In this case, it returns true. Now see, this is the string values. Okay. Also keys are in string form. Also keys are in string form. Clear? Next is identical operator. Here we are checking the if x and y are identical to each other. Okay, now these are having same keys, same values in the same order, so it returns true. Okay, next is inequality. Inequality will return true if both the arrays are not same. Okay, if both the arrays are different, then it returns true. If both the arrays having different keys, different values, clear, then it will return true. Here we have x array. In x we have keys like a, b, and values red and green, and keys are c and d, values are blue and yellow. Both are not equal to each other, and we are also checking x not equal to y, so it returns true. Okay, this is another example of inequality. We are using the second operator of inequality. It also performs the same operation and it returns true if both the arrays are not equal to each other. Both are having different keys, different values. Clear? Now, next is non-identity. It will return true if x and y are not identical to each other. Means if they are having different keys, different values, and in different order also. Clear? And of different types. So here we have having, here keys are a and b, and here keys are c and d. Okay, and also values are different associated with the keys. Clear? So x is not identical to y and it returns true. We are also checking x not identical to y, and also x is not identical to y, so it returns true. Clear? Okay, students, is it clear to you array operators? Second poll question, answer the question fast. By default, the index of array in PHP starts from, answer the question. By default, the index of array in PHP starts from, answer fast. By default, the index of array in PHP starts from 0, 1, -1, 2. Answer the question. Okay, correct option is 0. First option. By default, the index of array in PHP starts from 0. Okay, students. Thank you. Thank you for watching this session, and we will meet in the next class.